Could Donald Trump go on trial and could he end up in jail after latest charges? Donald Trump is facing 4 criminal charges relating to attempts to overturn the 2020 election result, with each indictment coming with a different penalty if he is found guilty. Image, pic AP. Donald Trump has been criminally charged for the 3rd time in 4 months as he seeks to regain the presidency in 2024, with the latest indictments relating to his attempts to overturn the previous election. The charges announced on Tuesday are widely considered to be the most serious, with special counsel Jack Smith saying Trump's lies fueled the storming of the U.S. Capitol building by his supporters in 2021. Here we take a look at the possible penalties he might face, whether he will face trial, and the consequences for his presidential campaign. The 4 charges against Trump have maximum sentences ranging from 5 to 20 years in prison. The charges and possible penalties break down as follows. Conspiracy to defraud the U.S. This charge is punishable by up to 5 years in prison. It relates to the possible breaking of a law designed to prohibit efforts to obstruct or interfere with government functions by deceit, craft, or trickery, or at least by means that are dishonest. The indictment alleges Trump used dishonesty, fraud, and deceit to obstruct the counting and certifying of the 2020 election results. Conspiracy against rights. This charge is punishable by up to 10 years in prison if Trump is convicted. Conspiracy against rights essentially accuses Trump of trying to rig the outcome of the 2020 election. This post-Civil War era civil rights statute makes it a crime to conspire to interfere with rights that are guaranteed by the Constitution. In this case, it refers to the right to vote and have one's vote counted. Corrupt obstruction of an official proceeding. A conviction under this charge is punishable by up to 20 years in prison. The official proceeding in relation to this charge refers to the joint session of Congress at which electoral votes were counted in order to certify Joe Biden as the official winner of the U.S. election on January 6, 2021. This was the same day Trump supporters stormed the Capitol building, with the former president accused of inciting rioters in a speech before the disorder. Prosecutors have used this law to charge more than 1,000 people involved in the riot, accusing them of obstructing the joint session of Congress to certify Mr. Biden's victory. Conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding. This is closely related to the previous charge and also carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Read more. What are the investigations Trump is facing? These are the most serious charges Trump is facing. New charges cannot shake Trump supporters' loyalty. When will Trump face trial? Trump was ordered to make an initial appearance in a federal court in Washington on Thursday after the latest charges were announced. Prosecutors will outline the charges against him and a judge will set his bail conditions. He might enter a plea at that time, but much like his arraignment, a formal reading of his criminal charges, this could happen at a later date. A judge will then set a schedule for pre-trial motions and discovery, the months-long process when prosecutors hand over documents and other evidence to defense lawyers. Trump's attorneys will likely file a motion to dismiss in the coming months, but those are rarely granted in criminal cases. Both sides are also likely to file motions seeking to shape what evidence and legal arguments will be permitted at trial. It is unclear when his trial will take place, but it will likely be many months away. Please use Chrome browser for a more accessible video player. From July, Trump jokes about his legal challenges. A judge will set an initial trial date, but those are typically pushed back as both sides wrangle over legal issues and review evidence. Trump could also appeal pre-trial rulings by a judge, which would further slow down the case. The former president is already scheduled to stand trial in March in the New York case stemming from hush money payments made during the 2016 campaign. He is also due to stand trial in May in the federal case in Florida stemming from classified documents found at his Mar-a-Lago estate. Mr. Smith said prosecutors will seek a speedy trial in the latest case. Trump has signaled that his defense may rest, at least in part, on the idea that he truly believed the election was won illegally by Mr. Biden.